3 fast cars, 1 bad lap, and just like that, 3 teams watched their whole night fall apart at Nashville. By the time the smoke cleared, Bubba Wallace was done, William Byron was done, and Alex Bowman was done too, all wrapped up in one wreck that nobody saw coming. Before we get into it, welcome to NASCAR Hub. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers, and if you live and breathe NASCAR every single week, you are exactly where you need to be. Let's get into it. Let's take you back to Sunday evening at Nashville Superspeedway. The Cup Series cars were out there racing hard, early into the final stage of the night, and this is the part of the race where guys stop being polite. Everyone knows the laps are running out. Everyone wants to move up. The racing gets tight, fast, and a little risky. Right in the middle of all of that was Bubba Wallace. Now, before we even get to the wreck, you have to understand where Bubba's head was at coming into Nashville. He has been stuck in a rough patch, a real slump. Things just have not been clicking for his team lately. Race after race, the bad luck kept following him around like a shadow. So he came into Nashville already carrying a lot. He needed a good night. He needed something to finally go his way. It did not go his way. Here is exactly how the whole thing fell apart. It happened on lap 205. Up front, you had Carson Hocevar racing close with Chris Buescher. Hocevar slid up the track a little too far and got into Buescher's car, the number 17 RFK Racing Ford. And when a car gets bumped like that going through the corner, bad things can happen real quick. That is exactly what happened. Buescher's Ford snapped loose right there in turns 1 and 2. When a car snaps loose, the back end breaks free and the driver loses control. There is almost nothing you can do. Buescher's car shot up the track and right into the path of Bubba Wallace's number 23 Toyota. Bubba never had a chance to avoid it, but it did not stop there. Right behind Bubba was William Byron in the number 24. Byron was running close, and when Bubba got hit and slowed down, Byron had nowhere to go. He plowed into the back of Bubba's car. Both of them slammed the outside wall at almost the exact same time. 2 cars hitting the wall together, side by side, in a cloud of smoke. And we're still not done. After Bubba bounced off that wall, his car was wrecked and hard to steer. It came sliding back down the track and clipped the right rear of Alex Bowman's number 48 Chevrolet. That little tap was enough to send Bowman spinning too. So now you have Bubba, Byron, and Bowman all caught up in one big mess that started with a single slide up the track at the front. One mistake, 3 good cars wrecked. That's how fast it happens in this sport. When Bubba climbed out of his car and got checked at the infield care center, you could see it written all over him. This was not anger that made him want to fight somebody. This was the look of a guy who was just plain worn out. When he finally talked, his words said it all. He said, "It's been a long couple weeks, just tired." You could hear how heavy those words were. He wasn't yelling, he was just done. And then he said something really honest about how he handles all of this. He admitted that the frustration doesn't just end when the race is over, it follows him home. He talked about how it carries over into the days after, and how he ends up being hard to be around because of it. In his own words, he becomes the bad guy when he lets it spill into the Mondays and Tuesdays. So he said he just has to somehow put on a face. Basically, he has to fake being okay even when he's not. That's a pretty real thing to admit out loud, and a lot of fans saw a driver who was tired, frustrated, and trying his best not to let it all crush him. Now, here's the part that makes this whole story even wilder. What happened to everybody after the wreck? Let's start with Chris Buescher, the car that got knocked into Bubba. You would think he'd be in big trouble too, right? But no, right after the wreck, Buescher was actually still on the lead lap. He somehow kept his car going and stayed up with the leaders. For a moment, it looked like the guy who triggered the whole thing was going to escape without much damage. But racing has a funny way of evening things out. In the closing laps, Buescher's Ford had a brake rotor failure. That's a fancy way of saying the part that helps his car slow down broke. When your brakes fail at these speeds, your night is basically over. So Buescher ended up finishing 29th. So even the car that started the chain reaction didn't get to walk away clean. The race got him too, just a little later. Now back to our 3 wrecked drivers. Bubba Wallace took his battered car behind the wall. Behind the wall means the team pushes the car into the garage to look at the damage, and usually it means the day is finished. For Bubba, it was. He ended up 32nd, another rough night to add to that long stretch of bad luck. Alex Bowman wasn't far behind in the results. After getting spun, his car was hurt too, and he also went behind the wall. Bowman finished 33rd. Both Bubba and Bowman had their nights ended right there. And then there's William Byron, who probably had the strangest result of all. After hitting the wall, his team actually tried to keep going. They got the number 24 back out on the track, but the damage was so bad that he was running way behind, 33 laps down from the leaders. Think about that. While everyone else was racing for the win, Byron was just circling around lap after lap, falling further behind. In the end, his team decided enough was enough. They called it a night before the checkered flag even waved. Because he stayed out as long as he did, Byron got credited with a 30th place finish. A little better than Bubba and Bowman on paper, but still a genuinely tough night for a driver and team that expects to run up front. So when you add it all up, one slide by Hocevar, one loose car from Buescher, and 3 teams, Bubba's 23-1 racing team and 2 Hendrick Motorsport cars, all paid the price. And it wasn't even the only chaos that night. Earlier in the race, Austin Dillon spun during the pit cycle. Nashville just had that kind of energy all night. Things kept going sideways. But while all that bad luck was hitting those cars, somebody up front was having the night of their life. Denny Hamlin drove off with the win, and it wasn't just Hamlin, it turned into a big night for Joe Gibbs Racing. Christopher Bell finished second, and Chase Briscoe came home third. So while Bubba, Byron, and Bowman were stuck in the garage looking at torn-up race cars, the Gibbs cars were celebrating up front. That's racing for you. Same track, same night, completely different stories. One quick thing worth pointing out, because sharp-eyed fans will catch it. A lot of people are saying Buescher wrecked Bubba's car. And yeah, it was Buescher's car that made contact, but the real start of it all was Hocevar sliding up and getting it to Buescher first. So Buescher was kind of a victim in the middle too. He got hit, lost control, and then took out the cars around him. It's a chain reaction, and Bubba just happened to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And that's really the hardest part of this whole story. Bubba Wallace didn't do anything wrong. He didn't make a dumb move. He didn't lose his temper and cause it. He was just driving his race, trying to break out of a long slump when somebody else's mistake came rolling right into his lane. There was nothing he could do but hold on and watch his night end against the wall. Tired, frustrated, and ready for this rough stretch to finally be over. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Bubba Wallace can find a way to turn this season around, or is this slump getting deeper every week? And does the chain reaction here change how you feel about who's actually at fault at Nashville? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to NASCAR Hub. We're just getting started, and we want you along for every single lap. Thanks for watching. See you soon.